Hello, yeah, welcome. I want to welcome you to this tutorial. It's a pleasure having you. I want to specially welcome you all. Okay, so here we are in Adobe Illustrator. So in this video, I will be taking you through the Adobe Illustrator interface. That's the first thing we'll be exploring in our Illustrator journey. Okay, so the interface, because you have to understand the interface, the tools, the things you're working with before you can start making use of it effectively and efficiently. Okay, now if you're opening Adobe Illustrator for the first time, okay, you actually you won't be seeing anything any of this there. Okay, these are some of the projects I actually I worked on. So in your own case, there won't be any recent files here. Okay, so now firstly, let's create a new project. For example, I'm just going to click on create new. Suppose I click on create new, and I'm just going to click on create. Let's just leave it like so, and let's wait a little bit. Okay, so here we are. Okay, we have different tools here. Let me just kind of first, I should have done this. Let me switch this to the basic. This is an advanced. Let me click on the basic. Okay, you should have something like this, and this essentials, okay, should be an essentials. Okay, you can put it on essential classic, or essentials. Okay, let me put it on essential classic. Okay, so now as you can see, this is the interface, the Adobe Illustrator interface. Okay, the first thing I'll be talking on is the menu bar here. Okay, we have the menu bar up here. So this is where we can as you click on file. By click on file, you can create a new file here by clicking on new. Okay, you can open you can bring in something from your device, from your system into Illustrator. By clicking on open, you can import, you can export your designs. This is where you can export your work. You can place something here and all of that. But by the time we start working, you can understand all of this better. The next thing is edit. You can see you can undo. You can we have the shortcut keys also. You can see to undo something, you can see Control plus Z. Okay, you can undo, you can redo, you can cut, you can copy, you can paste, all of that under edit. You can see. Okay, then we have objects as well. Objects, you can transform, you can arrange, you can align, you can group, you can lock a layer or something, or particular things that have been selected. You can unlock and all of that. You can come to part, shape, all of that. Okay, and we have type here as well. Relating to type, you can see you can choose your fonts, recent font sizes and likes. We have selects, effects, so you can add a lot of things to your design. 3D effects, you can see convert to shape and all of that. Okay, this is where you can view. You can see we have a lot of stuff on that view as well. Okay, there's not much thing to talk about concerning this. By the time we start working on by the time we start doing something, you get more familiar with them. Okay, another important thing I need to talk about here are the tools we're gonna making use of here. Okay, we have this first tool, which is the selection tool, and the shortcut key is V. Okay, we have the the direct selection tool, and the shortcut is A. We have the magic tool. So let me just kind of I don't want to go to essentials. I don't want to go to deep. So we have the selection tool, the direct selection tool, the pen tool. Okay, the curvature tool. This is the shape tool, the rectangle tool. Okay, but if I click on them, you can see different shapes now. Okay, I'm just going to talk on that. We have the brush tool, the text tool, and we have the rotate tool, the eraser tool, also very important, and the shape builder tool is also very important. If I right click on it, if I double click on it, you can see we have some other options. We have the gradient tool, the eyedropper tool, and all of that, and the width tool as well. That's also important. So the first thing I'm talking about now, the next thing I'm talking about, okay, after that is the properties panel. Okay, we have the properties panel here. You can see most of these are not so active. Okay, because we do not have any layers selected right now. Okay, So now the first thing I'll be doing now is let's just quickly do some basic things so that you understand this the way the tools work better before we start working properly. Okay, let me just go to the rectangle tool, and the shortcut key to this is M. Once I click on M on my keyboard, it automatically takes me to the rectangle tool. If I should right click, all of the tools under this also have they all have shortcut keys. For ellipse tool, for example, which is circle, if I should click on L on my keyboard, which is the the shortcut key L, it takes me to the ellipse tool. You can see we now have circle here. Okay, so we have the polygon tool. Okay, we have the polygons, you can see, and this has 1 2 3 4 5 6 sides. Okay, so we can manipulate the sides of the shape. If I should right click on this, if I should double click on it, you can see I can change it to 3, and 3 will give us what, a triangle. Okay, delete. If I should right click on this once again, I can go for star tool as well. You can see we have star. All right, delete. So that is that about the shape tool. Okay, the rectangle tool. We have the line segment tool as well. You can draw a line. Okay, to make it a perfect straight line, you can hold your shift and it's gonna be straight. Okay, and the next one is the okay, let me just go let me make a rectangle. Okay, when you're a rectangle, you can draw a rectangle like so. If you want the perfect square, perfect shape, you can see you can hold your shift. While holding shift, double click, and what, you're gonna have it perfect like so. Okay, let me just go back to the selection tool, which is this, and the shortcut key is V. Okay, so let me just kind of move this. Okay, so this now presently is it's just it has stroke but not color. It's not being filled, for example. Okay, and I can change that by coming here. You can see it is cancelled or by coming here. So once I just click on it, I can change the color to any color I feel like. I can change the color to this, for example. You see, so we have this. Okay, we have this now. Good. So the next one I'll talk about is you can see since I have a layer, right? I have a layer. When we come to the properties panel, you can see we have the X, the Y side, the width, the height, the angle, the fill, which is the color, the stroke, the opacity as well. The opacity, of course, towards to reduce the size. So adjust the size. I can bring the opacity to, so I want to bring it to 50% and click on enter. So you have this here. Let me undo it. Ctrl Z to undo. Okay, so here you can see we also have I can align this to the center. We have the vertical line and the horizontal line. This is the vertical, which is this. If I click on this, vertically aligns it. If I click on the horizontal line, and it comes to the center. Okay, you can also click on arrange. You can send to back, send to front, and all of that. Okay, now let me just quickly go to the pen tool now. Okay, and it's direct selection tool. Let me talk on that. And the shortcut key for this is A, direct selection tool. Remember, the selection tool is kind of just is not so white. Let me say gray with white border, but the direct selection tool is white, right? Just know the difference. This is the selection tool, white is the direct selection tool, right? The shortcut key for the selection tool is V, for the direct selection tool is A. Okay, so what it does is that once I click on this, I can come over here. You can see we have different points here. We have different points here, anchor points here. Okay, we have 4. This is a square, right? If I should left click and drag, you can see we have a rounded corner, and that is possible by using the direct selection tool. I can take it back. Okay, let's say I just want to round just 2 of these corners here. I'm just going to click on one. Okay, now come over here and hold my shift and click on this. Then the next thing is what, left click and drag, so I can drag just these 2 at a time. Okay, let me click on Ctrl Z to undo. I want to round this corner, just this, no, just this, and this is possible as well. Come over here, click on it, then hold my shift, click on the other one you want to round the corner, then drag. You can see it's as simple as that. Okay, you can create these different shapes, logos, anything with this. All right, and another fascinating thing about Illustrator that I didn't mention earlier is that it's a vector based graphics. That is, things designed here are vector based, are being vectorized. Okay, so this is the best app you can use for logo design. Okay, and which no matter how you scale it up and down, the quality won't be it won't lose any quality. Okay, so now having said that, the next thing is the pen tool. Okay, you can use the pen tool to draw a shape as well. You can see if I should come here, just come over here and just click on this. You can see, come over here again, click on this. So you can see I'm drawing yeah, we have it here. Okay, I can come over here, change the color to something like this. You can see, then have this here, right? Let me go back to my selection tool. Okay, so this is what I drew with my pen too, with my pen. So I can take this to the back. You can right click and click on arrange, send to back. Okay, or you can simply click on it. Make sure you click on it, or come over to the arrange here. You can see we have arrange here. You can click on send to back, and it's gonna display below the first shape we have here, which is this square. Okay, it's as simple as that. So you literally use the pen tool to draw things. I'm still gonna dedicate a video on that, tutorial video on that anyways. Okay, I'm just trying to like explain the tools, so I wanted to get familiar with the tools. Okay, so I have these, and let's say I come over to the curvature tool now. Okay, the pen tool, I extend the pen tool, which is kind of, you can draw a straight line like so. Just hold it, draw a straight line like we did earlier, right? Okay, let me just move it here. Okay, so the curvature tool, what it does is some kind of an upgrade to the pen tool, and it makes our work, you know, simpler to do with the curvature tool. Okay, you can see with the curvature tool I can actually make a curve out of this. Once I click on this, you can see it's very easy to make a curve. Of course, you can make a curve with pen tool as well, with the pen tool as well. Okay, let me just go back. If I should click on the pen tool, for example, and I kind of click on this, I can make a curve by coming here. Now it's straight right. Once I double click on it, I move my hand, my cursor, you can see I have a curve, right? Okay, just have to double click and adjust your hand to anywhere you want it to move to. Okay, and you have a curve. It's as simple as that. Okay, so now let me just right click, let me click on the star. Okay, if I should left click and click on this, we have the star, right? We have the star over here. Okay, and can bring the star down to this side. Can bring the star. Let me change the color of these to, say I want to change the color to something like this. Okay, let me change the color of this to this, somewhat similar. Okay, all right, so you can see we have 3 shapes here. Let me come to the ellipse as well. Ellipse, sorry, come to my ellipse tool as well. You can see my ellipse, and I can just hold my shift. If you want to draw a perfect circle, you have to hold your shift. If you don't hold your shift, you just kind of, you can see it's kind of not so powerful. You have to adjust and adjust. But to get a perfect circle, you hold your shifts. Once you're on the ellipse tool, you double click and you drag down. Okay, you can see what we have here. You can change the color as well. If you want to go to the color picker, I can come over here, double click on this. It's gonna show our color picker here, so you can easily change the hue, change the everything like so, and click on OK, and it's gonna apply to it. You can see, go back to my move tool, I have this as well. Okay, so the selection tool as well, I didn't mention something. The direct selection tool, I can use this to distort shape. If I should come over here, for example, I can left click and distort this shape, like I showed you earlier. Okay, I can distort the shape. You can see, can distort it like so, any way you want it to be, as simple as that. Okay, so you can come over here as well, move this anchor point, go back to my selection tool. So that is that about that. Now the next thing I want to quickly explain is the move tool, I mean the text tool. Now I come out to my text, which is T. If you click on T on your keyboard, it takes to the text tool. So once I'm on my text tool, I can actually, you can see I have a text here. Okay, so I have my text here. Let me double click on it. Let me just highlight it like so. So I move to, I I can left click and use this, increase the size, but I don't want to do that. You can just click on it. This is the size here. And you can also come to the property panel. You can see you can change the fonts of the text. You can change the fonts. Okay, it's the fonts. You can change the, this is just regular. You can change the size. Come over here and just increase the size. You can see increase on the size. Okay, you can input a specific size here. So I input 45. Enter. You can see you can the spacing over here, the vertical spacing here, you can, but this is just only one line. So this is the horizontal spacing. You can see, you can use that as well. You can see. Okay, so that is that about that. About the text too, you can change the color of this text as well by coming over to here, click on this. You can change the color. You can see, you can come to the color, the color picker here, and change the color as well to any color you feel like. Okay, and it's gonna change the color, as you can see. So we have this here. Okay, let me change the font to something more exactly regular is cool. Let me increase the size. Okay, you can align this to the center as well. Give it a vertical line to come to the center. Okay, so that's that about the text too. Okay, the next one is I want to talk about is the rotate tool. So it's not so important. Let me come to it's gonna use all of these when we start designing properly. So the eyedropper tool as well. The eyedropper tool, how does it work? I think the shortcut key is I. Okay, so how it works is actually, if I should say I click on this, I want to make this color. I want to change this one that I clicked on, this shape. I want to change the color to this color. Okay, so how do I do that? Once I click on this, I click on I, which is the shortcut key for the eyedropper tool. So once I click on I can just come by to anywhere here and pick any color I feel like. If I click on this, you can see it changes the color to blue. If I should come over here and click on this, it changes the color. Click on this, changes the color. Click on this, changes the color. That's that about it. Let me just go back. Okay, so that's how it works. You can actually use the pick a particular color. And okay, so the width tool, how the width tool actually works is okay, let me just come to the line segment tool and use this as an example. Okay, once I just come over here, let me just draw a line like so. Let me increase the width, the stroke. Let me give it like, okay, stroke. So let me come over here. So as you can see, you can come to the move tool to move it. So the zoom tool to zoom in. Okay, you can see, come to the move tool, move it. Okay, so what I'll do first is I want to use the width tool to do some manipulation here. So I come over here, you can see, just watch carefully because there's an anchor point here. Okay, you can see once I move this, I'm on the width tool. Okay, I can just come over here, click on anywhere, left click and drag. You can see what I'm doing. You can use this to create beautiful shapes. You can see, I can just move this anyhow. You can see. Okay, look at what I'm doing. Look at, you can expand this like an arrow. You can do a whole lot of stuff. Okay, I can as well come to the edge here. I can manipulate it as well. Oh, look at, I can come over here, try to expand it. Look at, okay, you can still add more here. You can add more. Click on this, left click and drag it like so. You can see. So you can come over here and let me just come to this point here. You can come to the stroke, just click on the stroke. You can add, as the edge is somehow sharp, you can add a rounded one, as you can see. Look at, you see what we just did. It's as simple as that. You can see. Okay, if I should go to the outline mode, Control Y, you can see this is a straight line here. You can see this is just a straight line. Control Y again to go back to the normal mode. Okay, I can actually turn this into a shape. Okay, you can come over to this. to objects, you can expand appearance. You can see now we now have a proper shape. Let me go back, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Z to go back. Initially we had just a single shape. I go to Ctrl Y to show outline mode. When we start making use of this properly, you get to understand how it works and why we can try to like view our work in the outline mode, you get, so that we can try to figure some things out. Perhaps sometimes you might want to align two lines together. And you have to go to the outline mode to make sure that it's properly aligned. This gives your work makes your work to be more rich, and it makes it look more professional. So now you can see now we're on a straight line here, so Ctrl Y to go back to the normal mode. Then I just want to make this a proper shape, like so, like this shape it's having. So to do that, I'll go to my objects and I'll click on expand appearance. So we have a proper shape. You can see if I should click on Ctrl Y and view it in the outline mode, you can see. So we have a lot of anchor points here which we can manipulate. To do that, I don't want to go too deep in this video actually, but these are just the interface, the things that the basic things you need to know about Adobe Illustrator. If I should go to my direct selection tool, I can come over to any anchor point here and double click on it and try to manipulate it. You can see. So you can just work on that briefly. So it's as simple as that. Okay, so those are the important things you need to know about it, the tools to be working with most, at least for the beginning part of the Illustrator tutorials. So the next thing we're working on now is on to the next the next video. I'll be talking more on how we can make use of the shape builder tool and the likes. I don't want this video to be too long, so that you can grab what I'm doing properly. Okay, all right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you gained something in the first part of the Illustrator tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. See you in the next video.